guys, welcome to We Used to Live Together. I'm Chris, and I used to live with Hannah, who unfortunately died. I'm so sorry. She didn't die, but we're no longer friends. So she won't be on any future episodes.
Oh.
Just kidding. We're kidding. We're having fun. Hannah's sick. She might as well be dead because she is going through it. She's barely hanging on. So she had to take the day off work. But that's okay because our producer AJ has stepped into the co-host chair. Say hello, AJ.
Hello. Here I am. I'm in the same ears in a different position in this room.
Same ears, different position. That's like we always say, same ears, different position.
I know how this show works. I know what we're doing.
Oh, what's good, my dude?
Wow. Oh, it's my turn.
Your turn.
Wow.
What's going on?
What's good? There's a couple things.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had filmed a short film that I wrote.
Okay. Give us the backstory.
The backstory is I wrote this maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
I wrote this. This was originally a play that I had written in school. This is for Cal State Fullerton.
Was this for your major?
This was for my major. However, this was for somebody else's class.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Somebody else was a directing student, and part of his final for his advanced directing class was to find an original playwright on campus
and direct
their work.
Wow. And he chose you?
And he asked me to write something for him.
Okay.
And he was somebody that I had taken playwriting with.
Okay.
So I was friends with him.
Okay.
And he had done that class.
Uh-huh.
And so he said that he was looking for somebody. And at the time, we were just like playing around with exercises in that class. And one of them was to find a headline, a picture, a video, and pitch basically this story about it.
Okay.
And what I had done was I found a meme online on Twitter, and I took that and then I pitched Mormon Uno.
You wrote the play before?
That was just the title.
Just the title.
And then maybe like a small little like 5-second like little dialogue between the thing. So nothing was written yet.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I did that, he had loved the idea like in the moment. And then when he took the class, he was like, hey, do you want to write for my class? I need to direct something. And so I decided to extend Mormon Uno from just the, fun little exercise into an actual play.
Okay, I was going to say, so this is an original play written by you.
Right.
From a exercise that you had in class.
Correct. Yeah.
And now
somebody who watched Mormon Uno, the stage, like the play.
Oh, also, let the record show, I watched it. I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that play was like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So one of my friends who watched that was like adamant about directing it as a short film.
Because he makes short films.
Because he works with his friends. He does short films.
Okay.
And he was like, I really want to do it. I really want to do it. But he was not the person who directed the stage play.
Okay.
And I felt bad that he wasn't going to be able to direct it.
Okay.
So I was like telling my other friend who wanted to do the short film, I was like, no, sorry. Like Dave is the one who did the stage reading. So I feel bad if I just go and give it to somebody else.
Right.
And so I put it off for a long time. And then eventually I was like, well, why don't I just let
screw Dave?
Well, not screw Dave, but Diego was so like adamant about,
so passionate about it.
Yeah, he really loved it, and so he wanted to direct it.
Yeah.
And
did you talk to Dave about it?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, like, he knows about it, obviously.
He knows because he texted me after yesterday. I posted about it. So I was like, oh, Mormon Uno rap.
Yeah.
It was so exciting. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then he texted me. He's like, dude, congrats on it. I'm really excited to see it.
Okay. So no hard feelings.
So no hard feelings. But I told him, I was like, dude, without, you wanting to make it a play, I wouldn't have been able to
totally
get it to where it is now and make it a short film.
So what was how long was shooting?
Shooting was 3 days. I wasn't there the first 2 days because we were shooting weddings.
Yeah.
Those 2 days.
Right.
And then Sunday was the day that I was able to go.
Mhm.
and actually be there for the last
That was the last day of
day
shooting.
of filming.
Yeah.
And
How did it feel
was
seeing your
really
play
good.
come to life?
It was crazy.
Well, I mean, it has come to life on stage already.
It has come to life on stage. However, it was just a stage reading.
Yeah.
They didn't have the opportunity to actually develop it into
that's
a
right.
play.
It wasn't like a full
It wasn't
on
a play.
Yeah. I remember.
It was just the stage
Yeah,
reading.
yeah,
So
okay.
they were acting it out. The actors were reading the scripts.
Right.
And they were acting it out essentially, but there was no movement on the stage.
Mhm.
There was no interacting
blocking
with
or
each other.
anything,
There
yeah.
was no blocking. It
Yeah.
was just reading it.
Mhm.
And that was great in itself. It was almost just like writing and
Yeah.
like just writing something that somebody did for like stand up or something.
Right.
So that was interesting in itself because that was the first time that actually people had go to see something that I wrote
Mhm.
and like enjoy and
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I laughed.
yeah. I mean, good. Imagine my fear is like writing something and then
Just crickets.
nobody laughs. Like if I write a comedy
I
and
think,
then
yeah.
the theater is dead or like nobody's laughing, like
Yeah. I think that's a common fear for writers and like
yeah,
not eliciting any kind of emotion or reaction. I think
Yeah.
that's a common fear.
yeah.
Well, anyway, this is an actual film.
So now it's
with characters, with the
Yeah.
scenes, and you added scenes.
it's very different from the stage reading.
Okay, it's different from the
Yeah,
stage play.
it's I mean it's not completely different. However, the message behind it is different and the
Okay.
direction that we could go with the short film is different because we now have a camera
Right.
and we get to do different elements with it.
So you edited and modified certain parts of the story.
Yes. So in the original, we weren't able to do much with the game of Uno,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting because it's called Mormon Uno,
Mhm.
and then we barely play Uno
Right.
in the play.
Yeah.
So this one, we were like, well, if it's gonna be Mormon
You
Uno,
wanted to feature that.
we now get to highlight the
Yeah.
Uno game and make sure that that is a big part of
Mhm.
the film, which I have no idea how that went. But they said that when they filmed it, that it was like really good.
Good.
They were really excited about
How
it.
long is? Well, do you know how long the film will be? The short film.
I think it should be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
Because this is going to festivals, so
Oh.
it didn't want to go too long.
Yeah.
I think the cap for short films is, I think, 45 minutes.
Okay.
But the longer you go, the less likely you are to get a time slot because at those festivals, they want to fit in as many
Yeah.
short films as you can.
Right.
So
Okay.
15 to 20 minute is a good marker for
Yeah.
getting people to in it. You can tell a narrative a little bit. You can get a little bit more in depth with it. So
How long is post production?
I have no idea.
You don't know when the finished product.
I have no idea when the finished product is going to be.
Okay.
However, I know that their festival runs are probably going to be next summer. So they'll definitely want to push it
Oh,
out
so they'll have a
before.
long time for post.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They've already done a couple like still images from like what they shot.
Oh, is there gonna be a trailer?
Yeah, they're going to make a trailer out of it.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so it's cool. Yeah, it's really
That's
exciting.
fun.
Well, what was really reassuring was that when I got there on set,
Mm-hmm.
they had said, like, they were like, "Oh, you're the writer," and I was like, "Yeah," and they said
Wait, who was saying that?
it was just like
Like
different,
the actors and
no,
stuff?
just like different crew.
Okay.
I knew 2 of the actors.
Okay.
Actually, I knew 3 of the actors. There was a 4th one I didn't know.
Yeah.
But some of the crew were just like, "Oh, it's been like a lot of fun working on set,"
Mm-hmm.
and even some other people were like, "Oh, this is like some of the most fun I've had on a set."
Aw,
Like recently, and
That's
I was
fun.
like, well, that's
That's-
that's what it should
that's
be.
encouraging.
Because there's so many times where these people are like, yeah, I hate this. I don't want to make this
Well,
anymore.
I think it's a testament to the content, the story that you wrote, which is a comedy, right?
right. Yeah.
So the spirit of that, I'm sure, was
Yeah.
in the filmmaking.
And it's like, to get into it, the meme that I basically base it off of
Mhm.
was there was a guy taking a selfie of him and his friend playing Uno with 2 Mormons. And the caption of it says, if we win this game of Uno, they come drinking with us.
Uh-huh.
And if the Mormons win,
They become Mormon.
we get baptized into the
Oh.
Mormon church.
I'm dead.
So I wrote this whole thing based on that meme.
Wow, a
So-
whole narrative based on
Yeah.
one meme.
So that is
That's a fun writing exercise, actually.
yeah. It was a ton of fun.
Because you get to write
Excuse me.
the backstory and everything.
Yeah, no, it was a ton of fun to put it together. But
Okay.
anyway, that's what happened this weekend. What's good with you, my dude?
Well, I know you guys are behind. Cassie's in the room with us, by the way. She's being the producer.
Hi.
I know you guys are not caught up with House of the Dragon,
Oh no, we're not.
but it wrapped yesterday. Season finale was, as of recording this, it was yesterday. And it was kind of a bland season for me.
That's a bummer.
It wasn't, I don't want to say it was a bad season. It was just kind of a flat, no excitement, maybe a little bit of excitement in the middle, but like overall, just kind of a flat kind of story for me. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way as well.
I was going to say, do you think everybody else feels this way?
And from what I'm reading online, it appears that the critics and the audience are like, what is this? Like this was, Game of Thrones, you have like the epic battles or whatever, and again, the story is there. It just felt, at times it felt like it was dragging. Like, what is this writing? Like Damon's story arc is kind of boring to me. And it's just like the whole thing builds to nothing. Like the season finale, no battles, no nothing.
There's like no good battles like throughout the whole thing.
In the season finale? No, not a single.
Even just throughout the season.
There was probably maybe one really good one that
I feel like I saw like a trailer or something for at least one.
There was one really
battle.
good one that I think was great because it involved, a lovable character, but just the season finale, it was like it seemed like this was the episode before the season finale. It was like everything was gearing up.
Oh, really?
To something, and then the season ended. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So we'll see you in 2 years.
Ugh. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get real for a second.
Yeah.
Did you like the ending of Game of Thrones?
And
your own opinion, not based on what everybody else says.
No, and I know. I think I myself was slightly unsatisfied with you talking about the original Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I'm talking about Game of Thrones
with like Jon Snow.
Yes.
No, I think I was. I think that last season left something to be desired. And I don't know if I'm being influenced by others. Why? Did you like it?
Is it as bad as
Did
everybody
you love
says?
it? Did you watch it?
Yes, of course I watched it.
And you were satisfied?
It's like, what else are you gonna do? What did we want to happen?
I don't know. I wanted something with more of a punch, more of like a. Because when you finish a good show, when the season or when the series ends, you're like, oh man, that was such a good ending. That was such a good show. That didn't happen for me. It was like, oh okay. It was like that. It was like, oh okay, it ended, and like,
But when was the last time you like revisited to watch it? Like when it ended?
Yeah. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe if I went back and watched it all the way through, like 1 through 8, maybe I'll like it.
I know there's people that are like, he's wrong. It's good. It's terrible. I hate it. Yeah, I know. Marty's a big proponent on it being the worst thing he's ever seen.
Yeah. Well, also Marty is
he's a book reader,
a book guy. I was gonna say he's very faithful to the books. So, or rather, he's a fan of the books, so he wanted the TV to be faithful to the books, and it wasn't. But that's because the books weren't even written. Like the show outpaced
he kind of just gave up on it.
The book. I don't think he gave up, but
it's like if the show's coming out faster than the books, it's like kind of what's the point,
right?
Of finishing it.
And I feel bad for the creators, Benioff and the other guy,
David something.
Yeah, and because they were at the end of that, everyone just like roasted them.
Yeah.
They lost out on a lot of opportunities.
Right. They were given the opportunity to write for Star Wars.
Oh yeah. And they took it back or something.
They took it back because of how
Game of Thrones
bad received it was for Game of Thrones.
So I kind of feel bad for them. It's not necessarily their fault that like J.R. what's his name?
George R.
R. Martin, couldn't keep up with the show, but like they did. I think they did the best that they could. Probably.
And they're not the people on House of Dragons, and even House of Dragon fell off.
Oh, House of the Dragon, yeah. I don't know who's behind that. No,
it's not them.
It's not
sure.
Them. Yeah, it's not them. I don't know, but anyway, that's kind of the show that I was watching this season, and it's over, and it's kind of like, well, that was season 2. Hopefully, season 3 is. I mean, it feels like they were kind of gearing up for season 3, so I better season 3 might be or season 3 better be like really great.
Well, I mean, hopefully there's a season 3. There should definitely be. They can't.
They're gonna.
That show is way. That show's way too marketable.
That's HBO's like flagship show.
Yeah.
So there's no way.
Well, last thing. Have you been watching the Olympics? You guys. I noticed last episode you didn't talk about the Olympics.
I know we were going to, but we forgot. But yes, have you been watching the Olympics?
Yes, I have.
And are you rooting for the Philippines?
I mean, yeah.
Of which you are one.
What are they in? They were in
like the folks know,
like 4 things.
Let the folks know what percentage Filipino you are.
I am 1/8 Filipino.
1/8 Filipino.
And that may not seem like a lot. However,
Yeah.
That is 12.5%.
I was gonna say that's 12%. Yeah,
That's a big percentage.
more than 10.
Yeah. So I'm also half Dutch Indonesian. I don't want to get into the full.
Are the Netherlands in the Olympics?
Of course they are. Yeah.
What have they won anything?
I don't know. I'm not keeping up with like.
So you're following the US.
I'm following athletes.
Okay. Who are you?
And then a couple sports.
Which athletes?
Well, I mean, of course, you got to follow the gymnasts.
Yes.
Simone Biles
Yeah.
and Suni Lee.
Yes.
And then we just watched the running today, Noah Lyles.
Oh man, I wanted to watch that.
My
Was
gosh,
it
yeah.
exciting?
No, it's just like the most classic Olympic sport. Like
running?
yeah, just running. It's running. And then you know who we saw today?
Huh.
The pole vaulting.
Is it with the guy with
the Swedish guy?
Yeah.
He has the record, the top 9 records for pole vaulting in the Olympics. He holds all.
Wait, that's not the guy whose
time.
penis touched the pole.
No, that's France.
Oh, that's France.
Yeah, no, he made it over everything.
Yeah.
And then his wiener had hit the
right. That's what I saw
bar.
on the social media.
So unfortunately he was disqualified by his wiener.
Hey, it's like winning and losing at the same time.
Yeah.
Is what I read. Yeah. Anyway, so pole vault running.
I mean, that wiener's got to be iconic now. Like, there's a couple iconic things this Olympics.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Turkish shooter.
Oh, the guy with the guy
in pocket.
Yeah.
But also the Korean girl.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wish I could have watched the shooting.
With the eyepiece.
Yeah.
She like both of them. Like she looked like an anime character, like with the eyepiece and the eye patch, and she's like this, like
yeah.
And then he was no glasses or anything. He just had like the little earbud, just hand in pocket glasses.
Wait, did he win?
No, he got second.
Oh. Wait, did the other lady win? Who won?
Yeah, but I don't know if they were competing for the exact same.
Okay.
But either way, like I thought the shooting. I didn't watch it, but it's so cool to see like different sports getting highlighted each Olympics.
Yeah, I watched the gymnastics. Of course, you have to watch the girls' U.S. gymnastics, and then a little bit of the what was it? The beach volleyball.
Yeah, beach volleyball.
Yeah, I think that's exciting too.
That's so tough.
It's tough because it's like you're
sand.
Playing in sand is so hard,
and it's just 2 of you.
Yeah,
so it's like even more like intense.
Yes.
There's skateboarding was this year.
Oh, that's right.
I was really excited for skateboarding because I wanted Nigel Houston to get gold. Just because I know how competitive he is, and he wins at everything, and he did not.
He lost.
Yeah, he lost. He got 3rd.
Oh, he didn't even get silver?
No, but what was crazy is that it was very close the whole time. It was like he was in 1st, and then the second U.S. skater was in 2nd, and they were going back and forth. And I was like, oh my gosh, like the other skater might win from U.S. And then Japanese Yuto got gold after his crazy.
So no U.S. skater?
No, it was Japan, U.S.
Oh, okay.
For the placing.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I was going to ask if you were to do any Olympic sport.
Yeah.
What would your top 3 be? Like if you were to compete at a chance to medal.
Yeah.
And there's no restrictions. What would your Olympic sport be?
Number 1, basketball.
Okay.
Because basketball is my favorite sport. Number 2, table tennis.
Okay. Do you play
table tennis?
When did we stop calling it ping pong?
Well, table tennis is the official Olympic name for it. Ping pong, I think, is a trademark.
Is that a brand? Is ping pong a brand? Like
Band-Aid,
like Coke,
like Coke. Yeah.
What is ping pong? What is ping pong?
No, it's like I don't know. It's like a trademark for that sport.
Oh,
but the sport is table tennis.
I wish it was ping pong. I wish it was Olympic ping pong.
So basketball, table tennis, and I'm gonna say something probably running, like sprinting. Is that?
Well, yeah. Well, there's so many different runnings.
I was gonna say
so
not.
Would you
I don't want to do.
the
sprinting.
There was one where it was like the women's 5,000 meter, and I'm like, that's like 16 laps.
No,
like, you are going forever.
I don't like long runs. Or you know what's fun? What do they call it? The relay.
The triathlon?
No. The
is that the one where
you hand the baton?
Yeah,
that would be so fun too, because you're running with like 3 other people, and what's crazy in that one is sometimes you don't put your fastest runner in the front, so it may look like you're losing, right? Because you put maybe not your fastest in the front, but as soon as you come around and then your like third or fourth guy is like fast, they're just boom, just smokes the competition, and then you just come from behind victory, which is like exciting. So
Did you ever do track like at all? Like
not,
in school?
not in like any official capacity.
You didn't like sign up to do track in like elementary school or anything?
No, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Like, elementary school, it's just
in fifth
just
grade,
recess.
No, in fifth
PE.
grade we had that. You could like
what did you sign up
You could
for?
sign up to like do whatever. I'm not sure what I signed up for, but I know for sure, core memory, I was in the 800 meter, which is 4 laps.
Okay.
So pretty much a mile.
That's a mile, yeah.
That's a mile. So I was racing in that one, and I had gotten last place behind a kid who fell, and I got last place, and I started crying so
in 5th grade.
hard. Yes, I was crying.
Yeah.
And my dad got so mad.
So, you?
Yeah, he got mad at me for crying.
Oh, for crying.
Because he's like, if you're gonna lose and you're gonna cry about it, then like you're just like a loser. Like, stop crying about not winning.
So he wasn't mad that you lost.
No, he was mad that I was crying about losing. But you know what day it was? That was also 666. That was January 6th, 2006.
January?
I'm sorry, June.
June 6th?
That was June 6th, 2006. And we were all like kids saying that the devil was gonna go. And so I said that
I'm rolling my eyes.
I said the devil was at the track meet. And that's why I lost. Oh man.
Thank you for sharing that. That actually works really well with this episode because
why?
Because I don't know if you know this, but we've gotten some messages asking to get to know more about AJ. So it works out that Hannah's sick today because now you're stepping in to answer the call of our roomies to get to know you
roomies.
more.
Sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry you're not here. Hi. Everybody say hi, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. Feel better.
Feel better.
But you're here, and the folks want to know more about you.
Okay.
So we thought we'd take this opportunity to interview you, do a little one-on-one interview. Think of this as a what do they call it? Like an
orientation?
No, like a 2020 special, or what do they call that?
60 minutes.
60 minute. Yeah, 60 minute.
Well, I hope I don't bore everybody this episode.
I don't think you will. Well, hopefully these questions are not boring. Well, let's start.
Oh, you have questions?
Well, just to maybe guide the conversation. But let's start with
Cassie can also chime in if she.
Cassie, your wife.
Yeah.
I'll hold you accountable.
Yeah, Cassie will be my fact checker.
Well, let's just start with some basic info. Your favorite movie?
Okay. Favorite movie?
Yeah.
I would need to say probably Step Brothers.
Okay.
Or Shrek 2.
You do love Shrek.
I love Shrek 2.
Okay. And let's tell the folks what you studied in college.
What I studied in college, I studied theater and linguistics.
Okay.
I originally had gone for linguistics to major in that and then try to get a theater minor.
Okay.
However, Cal State Fullerton did not offer a theater minor. You just have to major in it, or I had to double major.
Okay.
Double major seemed way out of the question because I had gone to school after COVID. So I had gone to Mount Sac for a long time. I did the thing where you go to community college after high school and then you like never go to a 4-year university.
You never transferred.
You never transfer, which was like the fear. Like everybody was like, I don't want to be like the 7-year kid at Mount Sac. And I'm like,
that was you?
Yeah, that literally was me.
Okay.
Yeah. But there were a lot of factors that went into that. But however, during COVID, I was like, well, I only have 3 classes left to transfer out. Why don't I just do them online and then I can get into a school online, get online school. So I did that. So I just graduated from Cal State Fullerton in 2023.
With a bachelor's in?
With a bachelor's in theater and the minor in linguistics.
Okay.
And so I switched them actually.
Right.
So the reason is that I finished out like maybe 4 of the core classes you need for the minor in linguistics. And then I was like, I just had some electives. So I was almost pretty much, I had the minor. So I figured, why don't I just switch to a theater major? I'll work with more people that I wanted to work with anyway, which was for dialect coaching.
Right.
And then I get to know what it's like to be, an actor or get in that field. And I also wanted to learn a little bit more about writing too.
Okay.
Which was cool because it's like writing is the one thing that I feel like I'm
So it sounds like
still
you hit
using.
a lot of the stuff that you were wanting
Yeah.
to learn anyway.
All I wanted to do was just like learn things that
Mhm.
were going to help me
Yeah.
further my thing. There's a lot of
And-
people who are going just for acting and stuff, or to
Right.
get a
Well,
job.
and
but
correct me if I'm wrong, but you were focusing on linguistics and dialects because you were wanting to be a voice actor. Do you still want to do that?
yeah, I mean,
Or you are a voice actor?
Yeah, I've been voice acting for like past 5 years.
Uh-huh.
There's some years that are slower than others.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all in the same thing. Like I'm all trying to do is just create things.
Yeah.
And one of those facets is voiceover. One of those is writing, and
Mhm.
dialect coaching is just something to help me be a better voice actor.
Right.
And also teach others how to do it, because I could do accents
Right.
better than the more average person.
Right.
A lot of Americans have trouble with it.
And I know you have been a dialect coach for more than one play, more than one production at
Yeah.
Cal State Fullerton.
yeah,
Right?
more than one production at Cal State
Yeah.
Fullerton. I taught German, Italian,
Mhm.
Swedish, New York, Jewish New York,
New York.
which is different.
Yeah.
Texas.
Uh-huh.
I forget what else, but Irish and British.
Okay.
Give us an example, AJ.
You want an
Don't
example?
be shy. Don't be shy.
You want an example of my British accent? So
Ooh.
there's a difference from British RP
Uh-huh.
and a Cockney accent.
Uh-huh.
Cockney is for a bit more class differentiation.
Uh-huh.
Whoops, I hit the microphone. So British RP is more for people that you do it for somebody who is a higher class status.
Uh-huh.
In plays and in film and television, British RP is pretty much the standard
Uh-huh.
for somebody who's learning it that is not somebody from a specific region.
Uh-huh.
This is a societal British, like a societal taught
Just kind of the
accent,
standard
dialect.
Uh-huh.
It's the same as a transatlantic.
I love a transatlantic.
A transatlantic, I can't do it that well.
Let me try.
But if I'm trying to be one of those people that are at the auctions, I can try and give it to you there, huh, Sonny? You can also think of a transatlantic, like Clark Gable from those old films and
Right.
those old.
Right.
Or like some of those horse races, you know,
Right.
the people that, and Sonny Biscuit's coming up on the end. And,
yeah, exactly. Yes.
So that's transatlantic.
Okay, so you obviously have experience with the different dialects.
Yes.
You've been a dialect coach. You've majored in theater. You've written plays.
Yeah, I've written like 2 plays.
Okay, and one of them
was Mormon Uno.
Okay, and Mormon Uno is now being turned into a short film.
Yes.
Okay, so you've kind of been in this creative space. Would you say that's your passion and that's your go-to?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because we grew up with music,
Mm-hmm.
like
That's right. You were in
like
band.
We were in band.
Mhm.
It was just like this field of being of creativity
Mm-hmm.
was just like it was easy.
Came naturally to
It
you.
just came naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were different options of like what I could be
Mm-hmm.
and different things that I could try to venture into, but
Mm-hmm.
everything just feels like it's just going into this direction.
Yeah.
And then I mean, that's one thing that is hard for me to deal with, is like trying to go into like one discipline, one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and be more of like an in and out versus a Cheesecake Factory,
Mm-hmm.
where a Cheesecake Factory has one of everything
Yeah.
in the damn world that
Right.
you can think of on their menu.
Yeah,
And then in and out is like, I literally just do burgers and
very specific. Yeah,
fries. So it's, yeah, that's kind of what
hard for you to choose just
Yeah.
one thing.
I relate more to Cheesecake Factory.
You're okay. You're
Yeah.
the Cheesecake Factory of the creative world.
Yeah.
Well, and it helps that your wife is a professional photographer, videographer. So now you're business partners, right, in doing that.
Right. Yeah.
So-
I mean, Cassie and I do weddings.
Mhm.
We do music videos. We
Mhm.
do commercials. We do branding shoots.
Yeah.
I mean, we do all that together. We've been doing that since 2018.
That's been your bread and butter for,
yeah,
for
that's
a
our,
while, right?
That's our full-time thing.
Yeah.
And since 2018, we've been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassie started doing photography 1st.
Mhm.
And then when she got her first wedding, she needed a second shooter. So I just hopped in.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I made skate videos with my friends. So I knew how to use a camera.
Right.
But shooting people for photography,
Right.
I never did that before that first wedding.
So you had to learn some things on the
yeah.
fly.
All I saw was Cassie's photos from that boutique that she used to shoot at
Mm,
in Claremont.
okay.
And then I was just like, all right, well, I'll just try to,
Yeah.
follow suit with
And
Cassie.
the business you had started the business before or after you got married?
I
Before.
think, well, yeah, a little bit before. I would say a couple months before.
A couple months before you got married.
Yeah.
You got that business going.
Yeah.
And then when you got married, that was going to be your full time. Well, because you were still in school, right? At the time, or no?
I mean, no. I had stopped going to school for like a little bit around that time, because I think it was 2016 is when I stopped going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had to finish out those 3 classes. And I
Yeah.
was always like, man, one day I'll go back and finish those.
Yeah, I was surprised when you actually did that, because a lot of people, the further you get from school, like the harder it is to get back to it.
So I was already out of school for like maybe a year or 2.
Right.
And then I was like, well, maybe I'll try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy because apparently you don't need to do all of your GEs possible in order to transfer out.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody told me that.
Yeah.
So I had spent so much time at Mount Sac because I thought I had to do literally every single class possible before you start working on your major.
Oh, you didn't. That wasn't the case.
So what I did was every GE was done at Mount Sac before I got to Cal State Fullerton, and I didn't have any GEs.
Oh, well, that's kind of good.
So
I
it
guess.
was nice.
Yeah.
But the problem with that was like, I was spending so much time doing GE work.
Yeah.
That I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to like my major.
Right.
What if I go there and I don't like it? I haven't even started it here, so it's like,
yeah.
It was a scary thought. That's also why it took me so long to finish.
Okay. Well, you did finish. You got your bachelor's, and now you guys are full time in your photography business. Yeah. Any side projects or endeavors that are going on right now?
Side projects. I mean, I'm still working on that audiobook.
Oh, that's right. The audiobook. Wait, why are you laughing?
Because it's been a process.
Okay.
I've been working on it for way too long.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's taking so long is because I'm doing it all in an Irish accent.
Can you give us an example?
It's easier if I could read something.
Okay.
I could try to do it off the top of my head.
Oh.
But an Irish accent is I mean, I have to read this entire book with this accent. So I have to go and read each thing, make sure that it sounds right. And then if it doesn't, I have to go and erase it, delete it, reread it. So it's instead of just reading a book as you normally would, which feels natural.
Yeah.
I have to put on this accent.
Yeah.
And then do it. But there's also somebody else that's recording the female lines, which I'm waiting on her, which is why it's taking so long.
Oh, I see.
Because she's not sending me her lines.
Oh, brother.
And I want to get this done already. But I have to rely on somebody else.
So this is a collaborative effort.
Yes, unfortunately.
And right. Because if you weren't waiting on anyone,
I would have been done with this years ago.
Years?
It's how long this had been
taking.
Oh
no. Wow. Okay, well, so there's
that.
Okay, so you're in the creative space. Let's go through some other basic questions.
Okay.
For example, what are some other hobbies besides creative hobbies? I know you like to fish.
Yeah, fishing's fun. Lake fishing is mainly what I've done, but I'm gonna go deep sea fishing soon, which is very exciting.
Like in the ocean.
Like we're gonna go on a boat.
Where else?
I'm saying like you're gonna go out there.
Yeah, like we're gonna get on a boat and then
That's so scary to me.
And then they be catching like 100-pound fishes.
Are you gonna do that?
And then I'm gonna do that and then take it home and eat it.
You gonna take a photo with
I'm gonna have so much fish.
You get to keep the fish?
Yeah, I get to keep the fish. So I might be able to give you some.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a lot of leftover.
I like that.
So there's that. And then there's yo-yoing.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yo-yoing is a big hobby of mine right now.
Yeah.
Just because like I kind of replaced it with skateboarding.
I was gonna say you also
skateboarding takes a lot, and I love doing it still.
You replaced skateboarding with yo-yo?
Yes, I did.
Because it's more accessible.
It's more accessible, and it's very similar, I would say. Because like I'm trying to learn tricks. I can't do it. It's all repetition.
Practice.
It's all repetition. It's all practice. It's just nice because I get to do it anywhere.
Yeah.
And I have some really good ones. So I've spent, I think the latest one that I bought was like $40, $50.
Yo-yo?
Yeah.
How many yo-yos do you own?
Maybe about like 8, 9.
That sounds so many yo-yos.
Well, it's like you progress.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So.
Different levels, skill levels.
And it doesn't help now that I'm part of a yo-yo crew. And we meet up like bi-weekly or like once bi-weekly or once a month.
Yeah.
And we hang out and we yo-yo together.
Are
And
there
one of my
rivalries
friends, no,
against other yo-yo crews?
There's no rivalries.
You
It's
don't
a very
get-
inclusive space.
I do appreciate that about and skating too. Skating and yo-yoing, I feel like
skating is
is so inclusive.
a lot of people say it's inclusive, but there
Yeah.
could be some there could be some like pretty standoffish people
Oh.
in it. But as a whole, like
I was gonna say
it's-
as
a whole, it's a pretty welcoming space.
Okay.
But
And so is yo-yoing.
yeah, yo-yoing is the same way, and that's why it's nice because it almost feels like when we go to the hangouts,
hmm
like
Doesn't matter how
it's
good
just
you
like
are
we're
or
at the
whatever.
skate park, like
Yeah.
we're just hanging out, talking, doing our thing.
Yeah.
I'm friends with actually the national champion of yo-yoing in the U.S. He's the best.
You're friends with the national champion.
Yeah, he's the number one yo-yoer in the country.
What's his
And
name?
His name's Justin.
Justin.
And he has his own signature yo-yo with Duncan. You know Duncan
Don't-
yo-yos?
yeah, it's a big brand.
He came out. He just had released
Like,
his
it's a
signature.
partnership?
His signature yo-yo. Isn't that crazy?
Did you buy it?
I'm going to.
Wow.
It's $50.
Wow, for a yo-yo?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like made of metal, and it's like he uses it for competition.
Yeah.
Like they just had the world yo-yo
Mm-hmm.
contest, and he was there. He was competing, and he was using that yo-yo.
That wow.
Yeah.
Did he design it with Duncan?
Yeah, I mean, he worked with like this is
Wow.
like this is what I use to compete. This is what I like about my yo-yo, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So there's the yo-yoing world is huge. There could be a whole podcast episode just on yo-yos.
So
nuts.
well, that's interesting that you say that because I think most people will be like yo-yos. I never even knew.
Right.
So it's kind of an underground situation.
Oh
or
yeah,
no?
it's huge. It's on the come up.
Okay.
It's on the come up. Trust me.
Yo-yos are on the
Yeah.
come up.
It's on the come up. I'm gonna write a movie about yo-yos. Actually.
You're gonna write a movie.
Yeah.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be so sick.
Okay. Is it gonna be in the same vein as like a Step Up?
Yes.
Ooh.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
That's one of the movies. Yeah. So
What's one of the movies?
there's like some of the movies that I like compare it to.
It's Step
like,
Up.
is Step Up to the Streets.
Yeah, Step Up to the Streets.
Yes,
That's the,
Step
the
Up to the
superior.
Streets.
Yeah.
So I compare it to like the story, like a Karate Kid type story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Princess Bride. I actually like to think of Princess Bride more, the way that I want to tell the story.
Okay.
But Karate Kid style type of thing.
Yeah.
The world is kind of like Step Up to, where like there's like yo-yo battles in the streets.
Yes, that's
And
what
the
I'm
world-
thinking.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
imagining.
and the world is like everybody yo-yos. Like everybody yo-yos. And there's enough people to make it work.
Yeah.
So I know I can make it work. And
Wow.
then in the style filming of like Scott Pilgrim versus
Yeah.
the world.
With some
where
animation.
it's like some animation, some
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
effects. And
yeah. I like
so
that.
that would be
Dude, I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
that one I want to work on as like a feature film.
Okay. Can just about anyone be in this film?
We'll see. I'll talk to casting.
Okay. Casting, yeah. All right. If you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
I might choose invisibility.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah, a little invisibility.
Why?
cloak
For
moment,
what would you use that for?
so I can just not show up places.
Not show up. You can do
Or
that
just like
now.
yeah, just be sneaky.
Invisibility to me is the most deceptive and most sneaky
It's
of
fun.
powers.
Whenever I play a game, like a role playing game,
Yeah.
and you can choose to be like a thief or like a
Yeah.
rogue, I always gravitate towards that.
Okay.
I like to be sneaky.
Okay. Since Penny's in the room, Penny, your dog.
Hi, Penny.
If Penny could talk, what do you think she would say about you?
Penny would say that I'm the best doggy parent ever. She would say that she would actually honestly, I feel like she'd be scared
Scared of what?
because like we punish her sometimes because she gets in the trap. She's been doing some doggy things lately.
Yeah.
Like
Eating trash.
yeah, like getting in the trash. You know what she's been doing? She's been burying her bone.
Burying her bone?
Yeah,
Where?
like that's such like a dog thing
Where?
to do.
In the backyard?
No, she puts it in like her little bed, has these little creases,
She hides it in there.
and she like buries it in the crease. It's so funny. Like it's such a typical
but you
dog
know
thing.
it's in there.
Yeah, I watch her do it. Yeah. If she were to talk though,
Yeah.
I think she would say that she loves Cassie more.
Oh.
That's what she,
Can you
That's
confirm
true.
that?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
she's scared
she's
of
a,
AJ.
she's a mama's girl.
Yeah.
yeah. I think,
Well, she does follow you around.
Yeah, but
everywhere.
AJ feeds her, so I don't know why she likes me more.
Cassie,
She's a girl's girl.
Yeah,
Cassie
she's a
started
girl
off feeding
girl.
her.
She what?
Like when we first got her, we
Uh-huh.
got her at 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Cassie was feeding her first.
Okay.
I think that's where she developed that attachment.
Okay.
But now she's on a strict diet because she has gum disease.
Oh, we hate gum disease.
We do not.
We do not
Stan.
stand gum disease.
Gum disease is canceled.
We do not like gum disease here on this podcast.
Tell us what sports or sports teams you're repping.
Oh, sports teams I'm repping.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you know me,
And I do.
and you know me, I am the biggest Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Yes, you are.
That has been established since 2009,
Okay.
and they are my favorite team, probably just in sports in general.
And
They're
why,
like the
why,
one.
why the Bucks?
They're the one team that I follow religiously,
Mm-hmm.
and that was starting off as a joke, because in 2009 the Bucks were
Trash.
one of the worst teams in the NBA,
Uh-huh.
and they were also like, who likes the Bucks? Like, they're such a dumb team name.
The Bucks.
And
yeah.
they had terrible colors. It was
Mhm.
red and green like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their logo was like all right.
Was it red and green?
It was
Oh,
red-
you mean originally?
It was in that era.
Yeah. Okay.
Before that, it was purple and green.
Yeah. Okay.
So in that era, when I started liking them, they
Red and
had
green.
terrible uniforms,
Yeah.
terrible arena,
Mm-hmm.
a terrible team. And then I was like, well, let me just follow them because I think it's funny
As a joke.
as a joke. And in that year, they drafted a very special player.
Who was it?
His name was Brandon Jennings.
Okay.
Not the one you're thinking.
Not the one I was thinking of.
However,
However.
Brandon Jennings being on that team
Uh-huh.
put the Bucks in an interesting position to acquire pieces that would help obtain Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is my favorite player,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best players of basketball in the world.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Historically, one of the best?
Yeah, like currently playing in the
Statistically.
Statistically.
NBA. Statistically,
Okay.
playing in the NBA right now and just playing basketball,
Yeah.
he is one of the best in the world.
Okay.
He's playing right now for Greece in the Olympics.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And they play on
because
Tuesday.
he's Greek.
Because he's Greek.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'm very excited to see them play.
Okay.
And that's just been my team forever.
And you have the jerseys. You have the whole.
I have the
thing. Have you
jerseys.
been to a Bucks game? You have, right?
Not in Milwaukee.
Oh, here.
I've been to when they play the Lakers.
Yeah.
But never in Milwaukee.
Would you want to do that?
Oh, I want to go to Milwaukee so bad.
Yeah.
I tell Cassie like once a month that I want to go.
One day I'll surprise you.
Uh-oh.
I want to go so bad. Also, the Bucks basically put Milwaukee like on the map within like these recent years.
Oh, there's the city itself
Like,
has
because
blown
the
up.
city is blown up because the team's so popular and they're winning. When your team
And
starts to win
They won the championship not too long ago,
in
right?
2021.
21. Okay.
When your team starts to win,
Yeah.
you bring a lot more fans
A lot of money into
and
the
a
city.
lot of money gets into the
Yeah.
city. So then
Yeah.
they start building around it. So they start pouring money
So
into
downtown Milwaukee is
that. Downtown Milwaukee is popping right
hot
now.
spot. Okay.
It's I think it's honestly one of the most underrated cities, and not a lot of people know about it. Everybody's like, let's go to Chicago.
Well, after this pod,
Let's go to New York.
dozens of people will.
We're going to Milwaukee. I'm telling
Wait,
you.
you haven't been.
No.
You have not been.
I want to go.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like fun. You're going to surprise them?
Yeah. 1 year.
Okay.
I always try to, but I just end up not doing it. But
Okay.
then you'll be extra surprised.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
How long have you guys been married?
She's looking at me like he doesn't know.
6 years or 7?
Uh-oh.
It's about to be 6 years.
It's
about to be 6
Yeah, in
years.
October.
Are we sure?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. We're sure.
This October is going to be your 6th
this-
anniversary.
Yes. This October will be 6. Yeah, that's correct. Because we've been together for 13 years.
It'll be our last, apparently.
No.
Wait, you've been together for 13 years?
Yeah, in
Total?
October. In October, we'll have been
Like
together for-
dating?
yeah. Just in
Because didn't
general.
Hannah say they were together for 13
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, we basically like
We're the same,
we were the same.
except you guys got married later, right? Because
We
they're
got married later.
Yeah, because they were celebrating their 8th year anniversary.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. We have been together for a very long time.
Yeah.
And,
And you don't hate each
we
other.
love each other very much.
What else?
What else?
She's
What?
the greatest wife ever.
And?
And I love everything about her.
Okay. Well, I think that gives the folks a pretty good picture of who you are.
I hope so.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any random facts?
Random facts.
I
let's-
have one.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you want to have more of AJ, he's actually TikTok famous.
Oh, that's right. You didn't even talk about your TikTok
Oh,
career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because like I don't feel like I acquired real TikTok fame.
Uh-huh.
It's just like random videos.
Don't you have
that
like
blow up.
100,000 followers? Or
I only
something?
have like 86,000.
Okay.
But they don't even. It's not. They're not really engaging with me.
Okay.
It's just like I had random videos blow up.
Go viral.
Yeah. So then,
Uh-huh.
but like when they went viral, like they went like very, very
Mm-hmm.
viral. So then I got a lot of followers from that, but they're nothing that like actually connect.
You don't have
you
a
with
steady
the person
community
that's
or
making
fan
the video.
base. Yeah.
Right. There are some people who like do like get readies with me, and then
Yeah.
it's like you get to learn more about the creator.
Mhm.
But my videos were just like stupid videos.
Yeah.
They're-
Just like some viral hits.
Right.
Okay.
So
Do you want to get more into that or no?
I'm trying. It's fun to
It's
like.
a lot of. I feel like social media is so much work.
Well, just because you're old.
Not. Yes, and it's a lot of work, right? You have to. There's a certain amount of time that you have to devote to it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But there's things that I would like to do more, and that's like trying to like do more writing things
Okay.
for TikTok. Like
Okay.
I don't know, like try to like write a skit or like write certain scenarios that I can film like just
Yeah.
on my phone, just for TikTok, just for fun. But yeah, I do a lot of dumb stuff on
Okay.
TikTok.
And so, folks can follow you on TikTok at
TikTok is at aj.ver,
AJ.
and that's the same for Instagram as well.
Okay.
Which I'm more active on Instagram,
hmm
but the
But
dumb
the
videos
viral videos have been on TikTok.
yeah, like the
AJ.ver.
the Cupid Shuffle.
Yes,
the-
that still is getting reposted.
That's like definitely the most popular one.
Okay. Oh, even more than the Disney duck.
Yeah, more than that one. Because as a collective,
Mm-hmm.
like where it got reposted
Yeah.
has
has
done more
Okay.
views than
Yeah.
just my page.
Right.
So I think the Cupid
Do
Shuffle.
they tag you? Not always.
Not everybody.
Not always. Yeah.
Which is annoying.
Yeah.
But
The
there's
Cupid
one.
Shuffle.
There was one account that reposted my Cupid Shuffle,
Mm-hmm.
and they got like 10 million views, which is annoying because on my Instagram when I posted it, I didn't get anything. I only got like 100,000 views, and
Wait.
they get 10 million for posting my exact same video.
How do they even get that footage?
They just screen record it and then they post it on their own thing.
Oh, and because they have a lot of followers.
And because they have a lot of followers,
Yeah.
they get all this traction,
That's
and
a
everybody's
bummer.
making jokes on
And
their
no one,
page.
no one. Oh yeah, no one's engaging with your
No one's
account
engaging on my account
because they don't tag
because
you.
they don't tag me.
That's kind of. I feel like that's a common practice, right? People just stealing.
It's annoying. Yeah, I mean that's what
other
I do
people's
on my
content.
meme page too. I just steal other people's things.
Don't
it's
say
like,
that.
But it's like I only have 200 followers on that meme page,
Right.
but you have like so many, and then you steal a little person's thing,
Right.
And then you
They
get
could
all the
have
credit.
They
and
could
then,
at least tag you.
right. So then I said that, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, go follow this guy. He made the video." I did get quite a lot of Instagram followers
Yeah.
from that, but not nearly as much as they did.
Right. Okay.
Bunch of losers.
Anything to add about your husband? Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this. I think people, just to clarify, Cassie and I are cousins, and you're Cassie's husband.
Correct.
That's how we all got started with this podcast biz, because you guys wanted to, well, you offered to produce our podcast, Hannah and me.
Correct.
So that's how we all got connected.
Yeah, we've known Christopher for a very long time. So when we started the
Right.
show,
I don't even remember
Well,
meeting you.
well, I know, seriously. I don't-
And you guys have been together for 13
I mean, yeah,
years.
we've been together for so long.
since
so,
high school.
Yeah. So that's why, like, kind of when the show started, it's like me and you already had a relationship.
Yeah, right.
So we already kind of know each other and can
Right.
have a banter. But
It's been fun. I think it's been fun seeing Hannah kind of integrate into this group.
I know, yeah.
And she does it so flawlessly.
Yeah,
So-
because before you would never mix family
No,
and friends.
never.
Let's not get into that. But yes, it's true. I used to keep family and friends and work all very compartmentalized. And then during my 30th birthday, I don't even know whose idea it was, but we had a murder mystery party. And that's when all my worlds collided.
Look at us.
And now I don't care who me too. It's like, you want to come to the party? Come through.
You want to know something funny about that party?
Yeah.
We had it was a murder mystery party,
Yeah.
but it was about like the 1920s.
Yeah.
So the story was like Hal Sapone and like
Yeah.
this like Italian mafia story.
Yeah.
So I got really into character.
Yeah, people loved you at that party.
And I took Lorenzo and I brought him into the bathroom and
Hannah's husband, Lorenzo?
Hannah's husband Lorenzo. And I was dead serious in my character.
Interrogating
like,
him?
All right, so we need to figure this out, bub. And I was like, we were just locked. I locked him in the bathroom and I was like interrogating him in the restroom. And I feel like he was drunk.
Probably.
And he was just like, what is happening? But he was also like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, definitely. I feel it. Like, we're going to figure this out. And then I was like, all right, so we're on the same page then, huh? And I was like, I was doing the accent all night.
I know. People loved it.
So
when you guys left, everyone was like, hey, whoever was playing that guy killed it.
We still have that picture from.
I have that as my contact photo for you guys. Which is it's a great photo.
Great photo.
So
that's a classic.
Anything you'd like to add about AJ, Cassie? Final thoughts?
He's great. And he's funny. And if you want him to start his own podcast, let us know.
Oh, hold on.
A competing podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, mama.
That's the bell. Thank you, listeners, for coming to this 60-minute edition starring AJ Ver. We missed you, Hannah.
Miss you.
Wish you could be here.
Come back and fill this spot so I don't have to sit here.
But for everyone who was requesting to know AJ a little bit more, I hope that helped. And hopefully that gives you some context for when he chimes in into our podcast with his views. And so now he's not a stranger to you guys.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
I remember
who's
the
this
first
guy?
time I did it.
Yeah.
I was like, am I talking too much? Like, this is
No.
not my show.
I think at least the feedback that we've gotten, Hannah and I have gotten, is they want more of you, you know? Well,
I mean, it's
And
your
a podcast.
It's your
Yeah.
show, though.
well, not
Like,
sorry, maybe not more of you, but they like it when you are. And that episode, okay, remember that episode where your mic wasn't working? We got like 10 messages saying, we can't hear AJ. His mic's off. We can't hear him. And we're like, we know. It was a technical issue. We know.
Yeah, that was my fault.
So
I messed that up.
yeah.
So.
So your presence was missed,
Yeah.
you know, when the mic wasn't on. I think there's maybe one person who doesn't like you, but
Oh,
That's-
really?
Oh.
hey, you can't please everyone.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Well, to that one person, I'm sorry. And I hope we can work this out.
And screw you.
No. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anything else? No,
No, I
we
think
got
that's it.
Hey, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Bye.